Harper Audio presents A Family Secret by Josephine Cox, read by Carole Boyd. None of us can foresee the future, and maybe that is a good thing, because each and every one of us are driven by whatever certain circumstances might well influence our lives, as we work towards the precious things in life, good or bad. We're often made to deal with life as it takes us forward to an unknown future, be it a sorry, empty fate, or a kind and fulfilling happy life with the people we cherish. In the beginning of my story, we can picture Marie happily playing on the seaside beaches with her beloved child Anne. In contrast, as time passes and the child becomes the adult, circumstances within Marie's beloved family may inevitably change, and dark secrets throw a shadow over Marie's beloved family. How will she cope when the truth is made known? It was a simple, heartwarming scene long before the joy of friendship turned into badness, which was bound to touch and scar everyone in that happy holidaying mood on this particular lovely day. No one could have seen what badness might touch straight and decent people, a family so far without secrets to fear. Life was good, and the friendship strong. Today they were happy, enjoying an innocent ramble along the busy beach. Sadly, the small happy band of people could never have envisaged the lies and deceit that would touch them in different ways. How will they deal with what awaits them? Only time will tell. Prologue. Blackpool, North West England, 1935. "Was there ever a more splendid sandcastle?" said Marie, beaming at her daughter Anne. "Those little flags on the sandpies round the moat make a castle fit for the king." "I like this one best," said Anne, pointing to the paper Union Jack fluttering furiously in the strong April breeze blowing straight off the Irish Sea. "It matches my bathers." "That blue matches your skin, all right," laughed Derek. "Tony and Eileen have got the right idea, going for a stroll along the promenade. Tony said he'd look what's on at the Winter Gardens, said he'd treat us to a night on the town if we can get the landlady to babysit Anne." "Yes, he's a good friend," Marie said, leaning forward in her deck chair to unscrew the lid of the thermos and pour a steaming cup of tea. "They both are. Tony's such a generous sort, kind-hearted, and so sweet with Eileen." She lowered her voice. "She told me she'd like a little one, too, but they've not been blessed yet. Still, there's time. Here, love, get yourself outside this." She passed Derek the cup and poured another for herself. "When I've drunk this, I think I'll take a stroll too, if you'll keep an eye on Anne. This saggy old deck chair's starting to lose its appeal." Having drunk her tea, she climbed up the steps to the promenade, stopped at the railings to wave to her husband and daughter, then set off in the direction of the tower, hoping she might bump into Tony and Eileen returning from their walk. Two workmen, canvas bags containing paint pots and brushes at their feet, were leaning over the railings a few yards down from where the pretty dark-haired young mother had emerged, up the steps and onto the promenade. One was a striking figure, a handsome, towering giant of a man, with a fine pair of shoulders so broad they looked as if they could carry a horse. A huge dark beard covered almost the whole of his lower face and thick neck, and his narrow dark eyes constantly danced, missing nothing. In contrast, his colleague was slight of build, with small features, fair colouring, and bright blue eyes. And when he turned to address his mate, his voice had a musical Irish lilt. "The first of this year's Blackpool beauties," he said, watching the young woman walk elegantly away. "Aye, gives you something to hope for," said the big fella, his voice betraying his Scots heritage. "I tell you, Danny boy, it's not just the better weather I'm looking forward to. It's the sight of the ladies sunbathing on the beach that makes my hard-working day worthwhile." "I'll drink to that, Big John," said Danny McGee. "There's a fair few things you'll drink to," grinned John Ferguson. "Comes of being Irish, I reckon."
Sample complete. Ready to continue?